All rise. You may be seated. Welcome, fellows one, fellows all, to AU Night Court. And though I'm glad to have another night court, it means that there's someone that has done something wrong. And in this case, that is Dave Grohl. Would you guys like to discuss the events of what happened?
Yeah. Basically, Dave Grohl had an affair and had a child out of wedlock with a different woman that, believe it or not, was not his wife. And that's upsetting to a lot of people.
That's right, folks. Dave Grohl did indeed cheat on his wife. And today, he is charged with cancellation in the court of public opinion. So, as the prosecutor and the defense, I will have you guys each make an opening statement as to why or why not Dave Grohl should be canceled. I'll have you make your opening statement first.
All right, look. Kurt Cobain did not die for this, okay? Dave Grohl has dishonored his the only reason that made him famous. He was in a universally loved and appreciated great band, and he has spent the last, over 20 years making terrible music for 40-year-old dads. And truthfully, even beyond what he's done, I think it's time for him to hang it up.
The defense may now begin its case.
Right. So, renowned as the nicest guy in rock and roll, it makes sense why people are very shocked and, upset, appalled even by David Grohl's actions today. And, understandably so. I would like to begin my argument by saying I do not condone cheating. But ladies and gentlemen, that is not what we are here to discuss. We are here to discuss whether or not Dave Grohl can be canceled under the actions that he has performed, and I'm here to say no, because despite what my opposition is saying here tonight, he has been making legendary music for forever, and I'm just not gonna sit here and hear Foo Fighters slander. I love Dave Grohl, and the people do as well. Check those streams. I mean, check his concerts, those venues. He performed at ACL last year. It was a great time. And I just won't sit here and hear this slander. Thank you.
Thank you both for your opening statements. Obviously, the charge is cancellation if he is found guilty today in the court of public opinion, as it may be. And I now have a series of questions that you guys will be able to openly debate. Question 1. Do you feel that Dave Grohl's reaction to the situation and efforts to rebuild his family help his standing in terms of cancellation?
No. I think that Dave Grohl has built up this persona of being like, oh, I'm the nice dad of rock and roll. Like, I had my crazy younger years, again, in Nirvana, which I feel like is like 25 to 50% of the appeal of Foo Fighters anyway. And now that he really majorly messed up in a bad way, he's posting all over social media about his, once again, secret child. I'm sorry, I'm not buying that, Your Honor.
I would like to respond to the question by saying, first of all, posting all over social media, he made one statement, ladies and gentlemen.
One too many.
Anyways, as I was saying, he took accountability right there, right head on. He let the people know rather than letting them find out for themselves. And I think that in itself, it takes a lot of courage. He didn't have to do that. The guy's old, okay? Could have just ignored it, could have just moved on with his life, but he didn't. He took accountability for the sake of his family. And recently, a few days ago, he was seen out buying Halloween decorations with his daughter. So clearly, they're not holding any grudges
Which
here.
one?
So why should... Listen, the older one. It doesn't matter. She's blonde. Regardless, we saw it. We saw the press. We saw the media. If the family are holding grudges, why should we? Thank you.
And question number 2. How does the history of rock stars doing whatever they want simply because they're rock stars play into this? As it's been kind of a social norm for rock stars to be kind of reckless and against the rules. Do you think that this cultural history helps Dave Grohl's case or hurts it?
I'm doing a little research right now. Give me one moment.
Let the record show that he is Googling
Okay.
Do you want to show me the search real quick?
Dave Grohl?
Oh, did you? Let the record show
No,
that
he doesn't even
the
know.
prosecutor looked up
Okay.
Dave Grohl on
Yeah. There is a long-standing tradition of being okay with rock stars being reckless. Do you know how old Dave Grohl is?
No, I do not.
He's 55. All right? Look, I'm not ageist, everybody. But once you get to a certain point, you gotta stop maybe having children out of wedlock. Maybe never do that, I would argue. Yeah, you can be a rock star, but is anyone buying, again, the appeal of Dave Grohl is that he's like rock star dad. He's not, Motley Crue. He's not Metallica, who is, by the way, also really dad-coded. But no. We're not chill with a 55-year-old man having an affair and birthing a new child.
Your response?
Well, to that I say, I think it actually works in favor of Dave Grohl. We've seen this behavior, and in fact, let me say this, ladies and gentlemen, this outcry, I would say, is a bit dramatized, because this isn't Dave Grohl's first marriage. He's been married before, and that marriage lasted, I would say, around 4 years, and y'all want to know how it ended? He cheated. So here's the thing, he's done this before. I'm not gonna say always a cheat, once a cheater, always a cheater, but there's patterns here. And if you weren't aware, that's on you. And let me say this for my final closing statement to this question. Every single Beatle cheated on their wives. So, Dave Grohl, in comparison, is it really that big of a deal?
And perhaps the most important question of the night, as the charge is cancellation, we have to figure out whether his crimes were big enough. So how do each of you guys define what qualifies someone as being worthy of cancellation?
Well, that's certainly not a question I know if I'll be able to answer on public television, but I would say when I look at a musician, ideally, and especially, look, I don't like Dave Grohl. And if I see he does some stuff that is genuinely across the board disregarded as something bad, I'm not going to look at his music the same way. And whether, he actually, real talk, whether he actually should be canceled, that's not up for me to decide, but he did make a bad decision. And, when was the last time you heard someone...
Order. It is exactly for you to decide. Let the record show that this is the case where you are deciding whether or not he should be canceled.
All right.
Proceed.
Look. Yeah, he should be. Because that cheating, that is not cool. We're not here for that. We don't like that. And in our times, I feel like it should be peace and love. And I'm not messing with that. I'm not messing with any artist cheating, having affairs, none of that. We're strictly on a kosher artist diet for a little while. Squeaky clean.
Your response?
I say in response to that, really, in the long history of Dave Grohl's career and everything he has contributed to rock and roll and just music in general, this just doesn't hold any weight in whether or not he should be canceled. If we are defining cancellation, that is saying that this man should not have a career anymore. And the plethora of musicians across all genres who have cheated or infidelity, the whole shebang. I just really, it just doesn't hold up, I think. And peace and love, let's be forgiving, people, okay? If we are really going to sit here and preach peace and love in the court, then we need to forgive people for their actions, because people make mistakes, even 50-year-old men.
Especially 50-year-old men.
Exactly, especially 50-year-old men. And so to that I say, Dave Grohl, love you, man.
And now we enter the final section, which is our closing statements. So please give a brief wrap-up of your argument for why Dave Grohl should be canceled and why Dave Grohl should be let continue his career.
I guess there have been bands, I feel like in lower music scenes that have been canceled for like similar allegations. I feel like cheating, being a bad partner, being generally not a chill dude, and like we don't know what's going on in Dave Grohl's life. He's a I don't know if he's like 100 millionaire, but he's up there. He's close. Like, I mean, this is just what, we're seeing. And as we've seen a lot in the news lately with a lot of musicians, you don't really get that full picture. So who are we to decide if Dave Grohl is just this nice dude? Are we just like, and if bands that I love that have, made an important impact in my life have been canceled for having affairs and doing stuff like that, because believe me, I think it's happened at least once. Yeah, then Dave Grohl for sure should, like, I want you to be dead honest with me, Justin. Judge Justin.
Yes, Judge Justin.
When was the last time you listened to Foo Fighters?
Last time I listened to Foo Fighters?
Yeah.
I actually listened to them today.
Was that whoa? Was that because of this?
No. I listened to Dull on the way to HEB.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering my question.
Always. Is there anything else?
No, that's pretty much it.
I will give it to the defense.
Okay. So I think my opposition here is right in saying that, who are we to decide whether or not Dave Grohl is a nice guy? We don't know him, and that's absolutely correct. But we're not talking about whether or not he's a nice guy. Maybe that was all just a facade and a fake persona, and that sucks. But that's not the deal here. It's whether or not he's canceled, and just his influence, the influence he's had on the music scene and on people's lives, on my life. I mean, can I just cut him out of that forever because he did something wrong? No, because that is just the way things go, ladies and gentlemen. And let's be forgiving. Okay.
All right. Thank you both for a wonderful, well-fought debate. And now it's time to send it over to the people, to the jury, to decide and discuss whether or not they believe Dave Grohl should be canceled. And we have 2-1 in a split jury. We have Dave Grohl sentenced to cancellation. Congratulations, prosecution. Oh, wow. Audience didn't like that one.
Order in the court.
Yeah, order. Everybody, come on, let's be civil here. This is a court of law. Even if I use ChatGPT to pass the bar. But anyway, Dave Grohl, I hate to say it, but the court of public opinion has found you guilty and worthy of cancellation, so you are hereby sentenced to cancellation. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the civic public process and doing your duty. And I guess we'll send it back to the hosts.